Stop thinking hard work guarantees a safe retirement. These 5 cruel truths saved me when I had almost nothing left. I'm 83 years old. I worked for 40 years, and I retired with almost nothing. Not because I was careless, not because I made dramatic financial mistakes, because life does not distribute its costs according to how hard you worked, or how carefully you planned, or how much you deserved a different outcome. Gerald's illness cost 2 years of everything we had built. Medical bills do not pause while you recover financially. They simply arrive, every month, until the money that was supposed to carry you through retirement has carried you through something else entirely. At 72, I sat at my kitchen table with 40 years of work behind me and $4,000 in a savings account I was terrified to touch. I know exactly where you are if you are watching this. I know the specific cold weight of that number, the specific shame of it, the specific fear of what comes next, when next was supposed to look completely different than this. If nobody is telling senior women the truth about rebuilding from almost nothing, that is exactly why I am here. Subscribe right now so you never miss what I share. 5 things saved me. Stay with me. The first thing that saved me was the hardest one to do, because it required sitting down and looking at something I had been avoiding looking at directly for 8 months. I faced the actual number completely. I want to explain what avoiding it had looked like, because avoidance is not always dramatic. It does not always look like denial. Sometimes it looks like managing day to day without ever sitting down with every statement and every bill and every account, and seeing the complete picture in one place at one time. I had been doing that, managing each individual piece without assembling them into a complete picture. Paying the electric bill, buying groceries, making the minimum decisions required to keep the immediate present functioning without ever looking at what the near future actually contained. Because looking felt like the moment it became real. And real felt like something I could not survive at 72, sitting at a kitchen table alone with Gerald 4 months in the ground. Beverly sat with me the afternoon I finally looked. She did not help with the numbers. She simply sat there with her coffee while I assembled every statement, every account, every bill into one complete honest picture on my kitchen table. It was worse than I had allowed myself to imagine, and better than the shapeless terror of not knowing had felt. My friend Agnes had avoided her complete picture for 11 months after her husband passed. She told me the not knowing felt like protection. It was actually just more expensive fear. That is the first thing that saved me, looking completely, once, without flinching. The second thing that saved me was the one that produced the most immediate practical relief. I walked into the area agency on aging on a Tuesday morning and asked for help. I have told you about this before in a previous conversation, but I want to tell it again here because it belongs in this story specifically. Because the woman who walked into that office at 72 with 40 years of work behind her and $4,000 in a savings account was not a woman who found that walk easy. I had spent my entire working life as someone who managed, who handled things, who did not require assistance from institutions designed for people who were struggling. That identity was real and earned, and it made walking through that door feel like a confession I was not ready to make. I made it anyway. 2 hours later, I walked out with a list that changed my financial situation within 30 days. Property tax relief I qualified for that I had not known existed. A prescription assistance program that reduced my medication costs by more than half. A home energy assistance program that addressed the heating bill I had been quietly terrified about since Gerald passed. 3 additional programs I investigated over the following weeks. My friend Agnes had made the same walk 6 months after I told her about mine. Said she had qualified for 4 programs and felt foolish for waiting. I told her the walk was the hard part. Everything after it was just paperwork. Beverly drove me to that office, waited outside. 40 years of work had earned me the right to every single one of those programs. That was the second thing that saved me. The third thing that saved me was the one that required the most internal rearrangement of how I thought about myself. I stopped thinking of my situation as shameful and started thinking of it as a problem with solutions. I want to explain why that shift mattered practically. Because shame and problem solving cannot operate simultaneously. Shame closes doors. It keeps you from making the calls that need to be made, from walking into the offices that have answers, from telling the people who can help what you actually need help with. For 8 months, I had been carrying my financial situation as a verdict on my worth, as evidence that 40 years of work had somehow added up to failure, as something to manage privately and quietly and without burdening anyone with the specifics. That framing had cost me 8 months of solutions I could have been implementing. Patricia Hensley changed the framing in our first meeting. She did not respond to my situation with sympathy. She responded with a yellow notepad and a list of questions and the specific brisk efficiency of someone who had seen this situation many times and knew exactly what needed to happen next. She treated my situation as a problem, solvable, with specific steps, in a specific order. I walked out of her office feeling something I had not felt in 8 months: agency. My friend Agnes described her own version of this shift as the moment the fog lifted. She said, "I stopped mourning my situation and started managing it. That was the third thing that saved me." The fourth thing that saved me was the one Beverly had been suggesting for 2 months before I finally listened. I generated income from what I already knew. I have told you about this before as well. But it belongs here too, because in the context of 40 years of work retiring to almost nothing, it carries a specific meaning I want to give it properly. 40 years of work had given me something that $4,000 in a savings account could not represent accurately: knowledge. Practical, specific knowledge about administration and organization and the management of complicated moving parts that I had simply never thought of as marketable because nobody had ever paid me specifically for it. Beverly said it the way she says the things I need to hear. She said, "Margaret, you ran a household and raised children and worked in hospital administration for 22 years. You know things, specific, valuable things. The fact that retirement arrived before you could save more does not make what you know worth less." She was right. I had been measuring my worth entirely in the number on that savings statement. My worth and my savings were not the same number. I started with companionship work for a neighbor. then estate paperwork for a woman in Beverly's Garden Club. Then word spread the way it does among women of a certain age, who understand that practical knowledge has genuine value, regardless of whether it comes with a formal title. Within 6 months, I had supplemented my Social Security meaningfully. Not wealthy, stable. There is an enormous difference between those two things. That was the fourth thing that saved me. The fifth thing that saved me was the one that tied everything else together and made it sustainable long term. I built a monthly tracking system and maintained it without exception. I want to explain why this specific thing belongs on a list of things that saved me. Because it sounds administrative, practical, less significant than facing the number, or walking into the agency on aging, or shifting from shame to problem solving. It was not less significant. It was the foundation everything else stood on. Here is what the tracking system actually did. It made my financial situation visible every single month in a way that prevented the slow drift back into avoidance that had cost me 8 months of solutions in the first place. 1 page, first Monday of every month. Income in, expenses out, gap or surplus. Every single month for 11 years now, without exception. The first 6 months, those pages told a difficult story. More out than in, gap that needed addressing, specific categories overspending that required specific corrections. But they told the story clearly, and a clear story produces clear responses in a way that shapeless fear never does. By month 8, the page showed a surplus for the first time. Small. Meaningful in a way that small things can be meaningful when you have been watching the wrong direction for a long time. My friend Agnes started the same system after I showed her mine. Called me after her 3rd month. She said, "Margaret, I feel like I can see my own life now, like I had been living in the dark and someone turned a light on. That is exactly what it feels like." That was the 5th thing that saved me. I want to tell you what 11 years of these 5 things have actually produced. Because I began this video telling you I retired with almost nothing, and I want to finish it honestly. I am not wealthy. I want to say that clearly and without embarrassment. 40 years of work and 11 years of rebuilding have not produced wealth. They have produced something I value more at 83 than I would have valued wealth at 72. Stability, dignity, the specific, quiet confidence of a woman who knows exactly where every dollar is, what every account contains, what every month will look like before it arrives. The area agency programs are still in place. The prescription assistance still reduces my medication costs. Thomas still comes every 2 weeks for the yard. Patricia Hensley reviews my documents annually. The first Monday tracking page has not missed a month in 11 years. The income work slowed as I got older. I do less of it now. But the surplus it built in the early years sits in a specific account I established for exactly that purpose. The medical emergency reserve Patricia Hensley insisted on. Still intact, still untouched except for its intended purpose. $4,000 at 72, something entirely different at 83. Not because I found a secret, not because anything dramatic happened, because I faced the number, asked for help, changed the framing, used what I knew, and kept 1 page current every first Monday without exception. My friend Agnes has the same page, has had it for 9 years. She told me last Thursday it was the single most important piece of paper in her house. I told her I knew exactly what she meant. I'm 83 years old. I worked 40 years. I retired with almost nothing. And these 5 things saved me. 5 things. I faced the actual number completely without flinching. I walked into the area agency on aging and asked for help without shame. I stopped treating my situation as a verdict and started treating it as a problem with solutions. I generated income from 40 years of knowledge the savings account had never accurately represented. And I kept one tracking page current every first Monday without exception. Not dramatic, not lucky, not dependent on anyone's rescue or anyone's generosity or anyone's spare bedroom. Just 5 specific things applied consistently over time by a woman who had almost nothing and refused to let almost nothing be the end of the story. If you are sitting somewhere right now with a number that feels like a verdict, I need you to hear this clearly. It is not a verdict. It is a starting point. An uncomfortable, honest one, but a starting point. 40 years of work gave you more than that number shows. It gave you knowledge and resilience and the specific survival capacity of a woman who has managed difficult things before. You managed them before. You can manage this. Start Monday, 1 page, everything visible. If this reached something true in you today, please like this video and subscribe. And if you want to sit with me again, I will be here.